Hey guys, it's me, Kinghuman, and this is going to be the second video in Wholesalers, Dropshippers. This is information you need because there's a lot of scams going on out there, and I'm going to keep you clean, and I'm going to keep you from getting ripped off. So listen up. First off, before I go into this, I get a lot of emails about the monitors behind me and what's doing, you know. I mean, people are just fascinated with the thing, with the screensaver and the fact that the bubbles go from one monitor to the other and they don't fit. It's like, what, Kinghuman, what do you got going on? What's going on? Yeah, it's no big deal. I mean, it's just two monitors hooked in. I've got two computers going, doing two different things. My mind's all over the place. So I'm constantly working on more than one thing at a time. And I'm jumping from one to the other. It's just what's doing in my head. Yeah, and just to answer that one guy, yeah, I can drag whatever I'm working on, all these windows, into another monitor. Basically, it just gives me more space to work and more things I can do at once. I can do editing here while I'm playing Baccarat over there and surfing YouTube over here. It just lets me do things, you know, maximize my time. And yes, this is Baccarat that I'm playing over here. Somebody was asking me. Really excited about that because I remembered something that I had forgotten for years about playing Baccarat. I went to Vegas. I was a huge success at Baccarat. Many years ago, I came up with some system in my mind based on, you know, what I know about betting and paradigms and all that crap. I studied this shit for years. And I had forgotten what I did. I got into craps and I made money with craps, but now I'm back into Baccarat. I'm not going back to craps because Baccarat has a better house advantage. And I exploded this thing. I'll have to make a whole nother video on this because it's just huge. I've been playing Baccarat now for, I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hands. I don't know how many shoes, and I haven't lost yet. It's just, that never happens, even with a computer simulation. And anyway, okay, that was a huge digression there, but I'm excited. Anyway, now on to dropshipping, which is part 2 of the wholesale dropshippers thing. The video I did, part 1, was basically telling you guys, hey, watch out for this guy, this one guy in particular, because he's giving you advice on, you know, things like worldwide brands and sale who and these things. Basically, he's after a $75 commission. He's not really after your best interest. He's telling you things you can't really rely on. Be careful. That's all I'm saying. Now, on part 2 about dropshippers, again, dropshippers are bogus. Basically, they're a service, and they're preying upon people that are too lazy to do the actual work themselves, or maybe they're intimidated. They don't know how to get started, basically. So these drop shippers, they say, oh, we're a real wholesaler. We'll wholesale this stuff and, you know, to you, and you sell it on eBay and give us a notice and we'll ship it. We'll do everything for you. Look, there's no such thing as a real wholesaler that will drop ship your goods for you. I've been in business all my adult life buying wholesale merchandise. I wouldn't even ask one of my wholesalers to drop ship my goods because I know they'd laugh in my face. For example, I bought a gross of, well, I won't even say what they are. I bought a gross of widgets, and that's 144 pieces, 12 dozen. If I would have bought those from my wholesaler and said, look, I'm buying these 144 widgets. Do me a favor, ship one each to this list of 144 people, the guy would have a thrombo. He'd say, forget you. What do you think I am? Your personal shipping slave? You're an idiot. No, he wants to send them to me, and it's up to me to either ship them to my clients, the end users, or hand them out as people buy them, whatever. It's on my end. Anybody that says, yeah, we're a real wholesaler, but we'll ship your goods for you, and you have to pay us a monthly fee, That's not a real wholesaler. That's a jobber. They're inserting themselves between the real wholesale of the goods and you, the retailer. The official chain of merchandising kind of goes like this: manufacturer, wholesale and or distributor, to you, the retailer, to the end consumer. And every one of those steps adds a profit margin. So you could have something that costs 10 cents, and by the time it gets to the end consumer, you're looking at something that's 10 bucks. That's just the way it is. Now, when you have somebody saying, yeah, we're a real wholesaler, we'll drop ship for you, yeah, no problem. They're a jobber. They've put themselves between the actual cost of the goods and you, and they've inflated the cost of the goods, and or they're charging you a monthly fee for the privilege of buying something from them wholesale. Hey, that's your first clue. If any wholesaler said, hey, look, you can buy goods from us, but you're going to have to pay us a fee for the privilege of buying goods from us, run like a dog with a bottle rocket stuck up his ass. That's not a real wholesaler. That's a jobber. You should never have to pay for the privilege of buying goods. I have wholesalers begging me to buy their goods, giving me incentives, giving me free merchandise to buy their goods. Me having to pay somebody for the privilege of buying their goods, it's upside down. There's a reason for it. Always ask yourself, why would I have to pay for the privilege of buying merchandise? It doesn't make sense. And if there's a jobber out there that says, look, all you have to do is make a slick eBay ad and we'll do the rest, why would they even need you? They don't. It's in their financial best interest to convince you that they do, but they don't. They could hire a monkey to make their own eBay ads and they'll sell them on eBay. And why do they need you? They're only trying to get your monthly subscription fee. And you're probably going to end up competing with these guys on eBay. They're going to be selling their own their own stuff. You're going to be competing with the source. And that's another thing. Lately I've run into wholesalers at the trade show that I found selling their own goods on eBay. And that chaps my ass more than, I always tell them, look, I would have bought your products, but you're competing against me, so fuck you. I'm not buying your shit. Here's what happened. I found this this company that makes these great resin sculptures. These things look really cool. I went on eBay and looked them up, and sure enough, these things are selling pretty well from what I can see on eBay. With a little bit more research, I found out the guy selling them on eBay is the guy that owns the damn company. How am I going to compete with him? He's going to undercut me every freaking time. He can afford to. He's getting it cheaper than I can get it from him. So I know I can't compete with this guy. And at first blush, it looked like I could. But I saw in his eBay ads, he had best offer. So I never could see what the actual items were selling for. All I could see was because he could accept an offer for much less, see? But all I could see was this guy had created this huge demand for this product line. So I got excited thinking, hey, I found a new line of goods that I can sell, and I got a wholesale source. Tracked it down. It turned out to be one and the same person. He was competing against all the people who would sell his thing on eBay. Just something you got to be on the lookout for. It's getting harder and harder to find a true wholesale item that you can make money with on eBay. Things change all the time. Liquidation, cheap stuff. If you don't have money to buy things wholesale, try starting out with the crap in your garage. It'll give you experience, it'll get you going with eBay, and it'll give you a grub stake where you can invest in some merchandise. Again, try and get as close to the manufacturer as you can. Eliminate the middlemans. I'm out of time. I gotta go. I'm gonna play some more Baccarat. Sayonara! Be cool. Be nice to somebody else. Oh, I got some great charity stuff coming up. Keep an eye open for that too. You're gonna want to be involved, and prizes will be given. Sayonara!